Hi, welcome to the new video. I am Rohit, Desai, co-founder of JB Experts. In the previous video, we have seen about FCL quotations from the freight forwarder. In this, we are going to see the LCL shipments. So when it comes to LCL, you are going to pay everything on CBM. So how does it CBM is being calculated? So length into breadth into height in meters. So what you need to do is you need to take a box, measure it, the length, the breadth and the height in meters, or you do it in centimeters and later convert it into meters. That's also fine. So you'll get a approximate number and multiply it by the number of boxes that you're holding. So then you'll get to know what is your total CBM, because all your calculations in LCL is going to be done completely on CBM. So please make sure you have properly calculated your CBM. No measurements are taken, one in centimeter, one in meter, and then all the calculation has gone wrong. So please take one unit and do a proper calculations and calculate the CBM. So that is the primary job of your responsibility to do that. If something goes wrong later, the freight forwarder may hold you responsible for sending us the wrong CBM. So that could be the reason. So, and second thing is, I have already discussed about multiple calculators. If you are going somewhere wrong, you can use those calculators to convert your CBM and then get properly connected. So there is no mistakes here, because in LCL, you're going to send a very small shipments. You are going to pay just for the CBM. You're not going to take the full container. So whatever the prices they are going to charge for a full container load, that will be divided with multiple parties. So in that case, please make sure this has been properly calculated. And moreover, you need to give him a proper information about your material and how does it can be harmed. For example, if it cannot be kept with the odor materials, the products which may have smell, because your product can absorb it and later everything goes for a toss. We have sent a sample of tea and it was being kept with some kind of a chemicals. So my tea was tasting like some kind of a chemical. So it was a very disaster experience for my client who has got it. So please make sure if this has been properly calculated or not. So if that's the case, then there are multiple other ways of packaging and all of it. So you can do that, because we were just sending a small sample thing. So that was a problem. So, but in your case, you shouldn't do that. So please make sure you mention your CHA that what is the product and how does it can be harmed, so that he doesn't keep with along with those products. So that is the main reason. Okay. So coming to the second point, how do your charges are going to be? It's all on your CBM. Approximately, if you're sending it from Mumbai to Singapore, don't go on the pricing. Prices is just for reference. So approximately, you consider one CBM is going to be charged at 2200. So that is going to be around 22,000 for your whole shipment. Where when it comes to container, you're paying lakh together, but here you're going to pay very minimal just for your CBM. So that is how you're going to calculate here. Then comes the terminal charges, which is that is something you cannot avoid. These terminal charges are where you're going to use the crane, you're going to use the container yard, you're going to use the local services, even from the local transport from the storage place to all the way till the loading or to the vessel. So these are all the local transportations what we do, and these are all something they have their own operational equipments. So everything has to be bared by us. So they have already invested, they have put all the functionalities working. So now they start putting the money on you as a terminal handling charges. So this is also something you get it in your quotation. So then comes the worry. So normally that is something the charges, even can be avoided if you do the transportations. If you're asking your CH to come and pick it, so he's going to come to your warehouse and then get the boxes or the packaging from your warehouse all the way till the CFS station. So once the product is at CFS station, he'll consolidate all the boxes, which has to go into one container to one destination, or multiple boxes into multiple destinations. So what he can do is he can put all the boxes in, and later it will be opened in Dubai, then later it will be opened in South Africa, then it will be opened in Europe, and then it will be opened and sent finally your boxes to US market. So never you can say that whenever you load or unload the container, when you're sending the LCL container, it's not like a direct route. Many times it could be because of the volume if they have it, or else your container will be opened multiple times if the container is not full and the destination doesn't have that much of demand. So in both the cases, your CHA will help you out or your freight forwarder will help you out. So say that, okay, this is a direct container or not a direct container. So they will give you a complete information. If they don't give you, it's your responsibility to ask them, how does this thing is handling? Okay. So this charges can be avoided if you do the shipment to the CFS station. If not, then your freight forwarder will do it. So all the charges are going to be included here from your warehouse to all the way till the port area. Then comes the clearing charges. So clearing charges is something like you need to get all your documentation clears, custom cleared, and the lock has to be placed. So these are all the charges, including your certificate of origin, your clearance coordinations, filing, everything is included. If you want to know more details on this clearances, I have already covered it in the FCL video. Please go and watch that. So you will have a proper clarity about your clearances. So this will be having some prices. You need to ask for a breakup, like some random number comes in, but what is all included? My product is not a agriculture product, so pathosanitary certificate charges are not required. So I'm not, in many cases, what certification are you looking for? Are you looking for certificate of origin or certificate of origin preferentials? In both the cases, the charges are different and the time to obtain the certificate is different. So please make sure you handle that part properly. So then comes the documentation charges. So here insurances, certificate of origin, pathosanitary certificate, exporting regarding whatever the documents is required from the buyer end, you're going to send all to get all the documents. There is approximate prices for it. So when it comes to the fees, which is like BL filing, all of that. So approximately you can calculate each and every aspect of it and then see how much you're really paying the prices for. Then the miscellaneous charges, or what you call as a mandatory user charges. So in both the cases, what you are going to do is, these are something that you cannot avoid. These are very small expenditures, doesn't really pinch you that much. So that should be okay. Then AD code registration, this is not a every time deal. If you are not registered in that port, you can get this registration done and then you can get your exporting happening. So when it comes to the summary, let's understand this. So here, when it comes to the summary of the whole quotation, so what you will do is, you will mention him what CBM you're looking for, then he'll send you the freight rate from Mumbai to Singapore, this is the freight charges, and terminal charges are this, Varai charges to pick up from which location to which location, that is being charged here, clearances charges is right here, and like document clearances is right here. So normally documentations and clearing charges can be combined in many situations, or many times they say like, okay, insurance are charged separately, this is charged separately, this is not into documentations. So various other charges could be there, but if you ask for a breakup, then you will get to know what it is. So etc. doesn't have any meaning in your quotation. So please make sure you have properly calculated each and every prices and then you have been approved the quotations. Then miscellaneous charges, which is very minimal and it should be negligible. If it should not be in thousands, so it should be in 500 or less than 500 rupees. So because this is just a toll charges, that charges small. So that should be fine. AD code registration is up to you. If you have already registered, then this will not applicable. If you are not, then if you are operating it from the port for the first time, then the AD code registration is required. So once you have the proper clarity on this kind of a transportation cost or a breakup cost, so then what you can do is you can check with your CHA to send up the complete breakup charges so that you know exactly how much are they charging for each document or each services, so that you don't get confused, and moreover tomorrow they also don't need to add up something. So they have already shared you in the quotation that these are all prices are there, and then if they do it as a doubling charges, then you can really mention you have already charged this and why are you doing it once again. So there are many times people does some unethical practices which are there in the industry, but we can't really do anything big about it. What we can do is we can be more cautious because it's our money. We can't keep the money on the table so someone can take it off. So please make sure you use your mindset to fix those things and understand complete clarity. If you don't have something, you can share the quotation to us. We can advise you on it. So that is simple. Okay. So then what you can do is you need to make sure all your calculations are properly correct, because if you do a CBM calculation wrong, then everything can go for a toss. So do not do this, because every price comes on your CBM. If you do a wrong CBM calculations, then that could be a big problem. And you need to make sure, get a proper clarity who is paying at the destination charges. So easy including any destination charges, because your Incoterm defines this. What Incoterm are you working? You need to be very clear here. And you need to mention, in many cases, if you're doing a LCL, it's better you do it a DDP so that all your goods can be custom completely clear, and end of the day, the client can get it to his doorstep. So normally we do that. In your case, you figure it out how you want to do it. And all the documents needs to be kept it properly managed, and moreover later, whenever you have to put up to the claims, you can do that. So, and make sure you have taken a proper input from your freight forwarder that how long this transit is going to take. So because many times the container, your material has already reached to the CFS, but the other materials are not there, so he may not load it to the current vessel. He may roll out for the next container. It may take some more time, and your product will be keep waiting on the port area. So by keeping on the port area, does it your product will get tampered, or your product can get be damaged, or it can be lost also. So in all the situations, it's like everything happens on the tight schedule, it should be good. But in many situations, because it's a logistic challenge, you will be not aware of it. The containers, the product, the whole container optimization is not done. Only your material has come, the other materials has not come, because here you're going on a sharing basis of a container. You're not paying for the full container. So it's a CFH, the freight forwarder or the CHA responsibility to get the container fully optimized to make them profit, or them they will be losing money on every container. So just one box in a whole container doesn't make any sense for them. So in all the situations, they will wait, they will get the containers optimized, only then they are going to load it to the vessel. So that is how the whole operation is going to work. So in those cases, you need to make sure your freight forwarder or your CHA is capable enough to handle the LCL orders, because LCL needs planning, needs buyer like suppliers network or the exporters network, so that everyone sends to him and then he loads it to it. So they have enough of networks. This is not something like, if you are not working with a local CHA who is like one person, then the big companies already have multiple types with multiple freight forwarders. They work collaboratively and load up the container. So normally the full containers will go to the destination. Multiple openings is not something that is required, but still, if your destination challenges that, then obviously it could be the possibilities. Okay, so these are all the options that I hope you have understood. And if you have any doubts, the comment box is open. And if you need any help in export import business consulting, or if you want to completely outsource your export division to us, where we handle your marketing, sales, optimizations, payments, compliances, logistics, all these headaches, you want us to manage it, we will do it. You can focus on your productions and management, and rest we will take care for you. So if this is something that you are looking for, the contact number is in the description. You can give us a call and talk to the team. And if you have liked this video, please hit a like button. And if you are not yet subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. Keep watching the videos. Keep learning. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Take care. Bye-bye.